Properties of electric field lines. What are different properties? Number one, electric field lines are continuous closed curves with no break. So if this is plus and if you have a minus, it will be continuous, no break here. Number two, electric field lines for a positive charge is directed radially outward, and for negative it is directed radially inward. Number three, two electric field lines can never intersect each other because if they do so, it would mean that at the point of intersection there is two direction of electric field line, which is not possible. What do I mean is that two electric field lines can never intersect like this, because you see, if they intersect at the point P, because if they intersect at point P, come on, the intersect at point P, you will see at the point of intersection we will have two direction of electric field. Is it possible? It is not possible. If I place a test charge here, if I place a test charge not Q not here, then it will go which way? Will it go left side or it will go right side? So this is not possible. Electric field lines can never intersect each other. Okay, that is one of the very important property. Those who have recently joined, can you see the screen? Can you see my screen? Ashwa, Leroy, can you see my screen? Okay, so then take a screenshot of this one. I have just started this one only. Okay. Next, number 4, tangent at any point on the line give the direction of the electric field at that point. So if this is the line, take any point, draw a tangent P, so this gives me the direction of the electric field at that particular point. So this is E. Also the direction of the force experienced by a unit charge placed at P. Okay. Now another important point, electric lines of force are always perpendicular or normal to the surface, whatever kind of surface. I'll show you. So if you have any conductor here or sphere, it is placed in an electric field. Let's say this is one plate, this is another plate, this is an electric field here, plus, and this side is, let's say, minus. We know that this side will acquire minus charge, this side will acquire plus charge. Now what will happen now? The electric field will always be perpendicular like this. They will be always perpendicular to the surface. This is always normal. Similarly this side, all will be normal. Okay, so and okay, we'll talk about this later. So that's it. Next will be, there are so many points, but not all is not necessary. Now the relative closeness of electric field lines gives the strength of E at that point, at that region. What do I mean is this? So you can see, what can you observe? In this region, electric field lines are so close, and in this region, electric field lines are so far. So this is weak region, and this is the strong region. Fine. Okay. Okay, so we have finished this. So those who want to take a picture of this one can take now. So these are electric field lines. There are many other, that is, they start from positive charge, end as negative charge. Those are, I have already said. These are only important points I have written. There are many other, no need to do. These 6 points is more than enough. So now let us come to electric flux. Now this is very important. What is electric flux? Before we proceed, you need to understand area vector. What is area vector? Area is considered as a vector. Area is taken as a vector. How? How come area is a vector? Consider any surface. If you look closely, this surface has two faces. One is this side and another is this side, right? This face and that face. So in many situations area will be considered. So area will be used to find many other physical properties. For example, current density, for example, electric flux, magnetic flux, all these things. So then we consider this thing as a vector. So how? So every vector must have a direction and magnitude. So what is the direction of the area vector? So direction of area vector is given by a normal to the surface. So this is, if I draw a normal, so this n cap is the direction of the area vector. And what is its magnitude? This area is the magnitude. How much is the area of the surface? That is the magnitude. Therefore, area vector I can express like this. A magnitude n cap being the direction. That would be enough. Okay? Let us use this concept in case of electric flux. So what is electric flux? What is electric flux? Let's see. Electric flux is defined as, I'm just writing phi. Electric flux phi is defined as the total number of electric field lines crossing a surface perpendicularly. Now we will try to understand this. So imagine this is a region where electric field lines is present, that is electric field is present. Electric field lines are our mathematical representation of electric field or electric field lines. Now if I draw an imaginary surface here, why we are doing this surface in the first place? It is actually we want to understand how strong is E there. If more number of electric field lines is coming through this surface, I will say that this flux over there is quite high. Means more electric field lines are there. More electric field is more. Something like that. So you can see how many lines are coming perpendicularly. Now, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So flux will be 4. We'll talk about the units and all later. So you can see these electric field lines are coming or penetrating the surface perpendicularly. This is an imaginary surface. Now if you consider this surface, let's say we take the, so this is, now let's say this is the electric field. And you have placed, so this is electric field, and let's say you have placed the surface like this. In this case, flux is not more, flux is less. Why? Are the electric field lines perpendicular? Are they going through the surface perpendicularly? No. They are not going through surface perpendicularly. This is at certain angle theta. So this is not. So in that case what you have to do? If this is the E vector, you have to break it into two components. You have to break it into two components. This would be the perpendicular component. So as you have seen, this is, you have to break the electric field you have to take the component of electric field that is perpendicular to the surface. So you see, if I draw any normal here, this normal gives me the direction of the area vector n cap. So if I break E vector, I will get this as what? This is theta, this must be E cos theta, and this must be E sin theta. I am not interested in E sin theta. I am only interested which component of electric field is perpendicular to the surface, because electric field flux will only be considered if the electric field lines is perpendicular to a given surface. Based on this, we can define electric flux as, therefore electric flux can also be defined as, therefore electric flux can also be defined as the scalar product or dot product, of what? Perpendicular component, dot product of, we can write like this, dot product of, perpendicular component of electric field along the direction of I will make it even more simple. This may be little lengthy and complicated. I will make it simple. So you can say that a scalar product of, keep it simple. No need to go for all perpendicular component. You just understand it that it is, I have already said this is a scalar product, so it will automatically include it. So what you can write this as, the scalar product or dot product of electric field and area vector. But you need to understand that it is the product of, not scalar product of normal component. So phi is actually product of normal component of E vector and area vector. So here normal component is what? E cos theta. So E cos theta and A vector. A is also a vector, right? A n cap. So I can write phi as E vector dot A n cap, or you can write this simple, in simple notation, forget the n cap. N cap is giving you the direction. You can write this as E vector in dot A vector. This is phi. This is the electric flux. So again, I am drawing the diagram properly. So you need to understand, if this is the electric field lines going like this way, then, and this is any area, any hypothetical area, then the component of electric field along the direction of, so normal will be which way? The area vector's direction is this side. This is A vector, and the direction of electric field, what will be the direction of electric field? Along the direction of A. So you have to break the electric field along this side and break it. So this is E vector, this must be E cos theta, and the upper one, this is theta, so upper one must be E sin theta. Sin theta is no use, I am only interested in the E cos theta component. So this is electric flux. So electric flux is actually giving you the sense of electric field, for sense of electric field in a region indirectly. It is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity, and it's SI scalar quantity. So its my SI unit will be, what is this SI unit? SI unit would be Newton per coulomb into meter square. So we can write this as Newton per coulomb meter square. Got it? So this is 1 unit. Clear? This is the unit of electric flux. Understand? Let us understand electric flux properly. Let us understand electric flux properly. So if you have any doubt this far, tell anyone, any doubt? I'll make you clear with some example. Any doubt? Let us see some example to understand it. I'm cleaning it. Let's say I give you a situation like this. This is case 1. You see, this is a circular area which is lying on the electric field. You need to find what is the flux. The radius of this one is R and this is E. Similarly here, this is the same circle. This is the normal and the angle between them is 30 degree. So again we need to find, again the radius here is R. You need to find what is the flux. Third one, this is a cylinder which is kept in an electric field. The radius is R. Fourth, here also I need to find what is phi. Then here, this is again a this is a hemisphere. These are the electric field lines going. Okay, 2 more. Same R. 6-1. R. This is being the normal n cap. So let's see, solve them. So we'll find our flux for everyone. So what do you think will be the electric flux for first one? As you can see, phi is what? EA, or we can write this as EA cos theta. Theta is the angle between the electric field and the area vector. So normal to the area vector. So if I draw a normal from here, how much is the angle? 90. So that means phi must be equal to how much? Phi in this case would be EA cos 0, means 0. What is this saying? Geometrical significance means what? Can I say in simple plain English that no electric field lines is crossing the surface? And you can see in the picture, no electric field lines is crossing the surface at all. Correct? So this is the concept of flux. What about this case? In this case also phi equals to how much? EA cos 30. How much is cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So that means, and radius is given, so I can write this as E pi r square into cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So this is the flux. So if you solve this, you are going to get some magnitude, some value. So that is, that number of lines is only passing through the surface. Clear? Newton per coulomb, whatever the value you. So in fact, sorry, I did not give radius. So it should be Newton per coulomb meter square. What about this case? So this is the lateral surface. Remember, electric field lines always pass through surface normally. These electric field lines are not normal to the lateral surface of the cylinder at all. Okay? So in that case, no fluxes question is here at all. They are not, because normal to the surface would be like this. Like this. And the electric field lines is not at all normal to the surface. It is not entering the lateral surface normally. So no question of flux here. Here phi is 0 only. And you can see for the caps area is A cap. So A vector is 90. So this angle is 90. 0. So flux is 0. What about this case? Same thing here. This lateral surface, this curved surface, electric field line is not perpendicular. The property of electric field line, the electric field line should be entering the surface normal, is always normal to the surface. Here electric field lines are not normal to the surface. So there will be no flux in this region. However, in this case, you can see the surface area vector for this surface is 90. So that means 0. Again phi equals to 0. What about this case? Again 0. Why is it 0? No, it is not 0. You can see this area here, no use. Only flux will be, the electric field lines will be crossing a surface perpendicularly, that is this one. This is A vector. So E phi would be equals to EA cos of 0, because the angle between electric vector and A vector is 0 degree. So definitely it will be 0. So as it is 0, it means what? EA maximum. And in this case, same thing. This and this is same thing. So phi again is equals to EA. So this is the concept of electric flux. Electric flux is indirectly checking how many electric field lines is crossing or penetrating a given surface area perpendicularly. Okay? Or its component to the surface perpendicularly. So it is giving a sense how strong is electric field in a given region. That's why it is a magnitude, it's a number. It has no direction. It has only a magnitude. Okay? It's not finished here. We will be redoing more on this. Okay? Thank you for this one. Thank you for today. Okay, no homework for today.